Hey guys, welcome to Treehouse ATL. So we are just about 20 or 30 minutes outside of downtown Atlanta in this private little treehouse retreat up about 20 or 30 feet in the trees. So we're located on this very secluded property. It's essentially a creek with a little bit of a forest surrounding us, tons of trees. Man, these trees have to be about 100 or 150 feet tall, so it kind of gives us that rainforest canopy effect. So this treehouse is located in a little suburb of Atlanta called Smyrna or Smyrna. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it because we're not local from here, but we are located about 5 minutes from the Truist Park, which is where the Atlanta Braves play. Only a 5 to 10 minute drive from tons of restaurants, bars, shopping. So this property really is the best of both worlds. You have access to all these things. You have access to downtown Atlanta, to the airport, to northern Georgia. You have access to the greater metro Atlanta area pretty easily from this little spot right here. Yet this property has the most important thing that most of us look for in a unique Airbnb stay when we're looking to get out and escape, is that seclusion, that privacy, and this property definitely takes that to a next level. Staying at this treehouse is having your cake and eating it too. I think you guys are going to absolutely love this little treehouse almost as much as we did staying here, and I just cannot wait to show you the inside of this treehouse and around the rest of this little property. So let's show you around. All right, so welcome to the inside of this incredible Treehouse ATL. As you can tell, this place has an incredible interior space, and all the windows give you surrounding views of this wooded parcel. And honestly, when you walk in, I had a hard time figuring out where to even look because everything draws your attention. When you walk in, you see all of this reclaimed wood surrounding the walls. You see the high vaulted ceilings with that loft up there. You see this incredible loft ladder, which just is a statement piece in the center of the treehouse. You see this incredible black leather couch, the focal point of the living and dining area. So it's an incredible place, and you'll feel it as soon as you walk in. So getting into the tour of this beautiful treehouse, what we've all been waiting for. So the first thing you'll notice when you walk on the property is that they have this long sort of gravel pathway. They have these nice string lights along the side of the pathway, and it kind of builds up the excitement as you're walking up. The trees surrounding the treehouse actually block the view of it, so you can't even really see the treehouse from where you park and even the beginning of the path. So you're walking, you come up on basically a bend in the pathway, and at that point, that's when you see this incredible little treehouse nestled up in the trees. And then that's where the little three-part bridge begins. The first little section is just made entirely from wood. It's kind of just a decking, and then you get to that first sort of circular section, which is built around a tree. I love that they kept the tree kind of at that center of that little platform. Of course, it also serves to reinforce the structure of the bridge. Then you go down the second bridge, and then you have another platform, and then you go down that third bridge and you get to the treehouse, the entrance of this little treehouse. As you walk in and you start to see the ceiling, it opens up the space and provides for a really grand entrance from that vantage point. The first thing on the left-hand side, we have a little desk for 2 people. And then on the right-hand side, we have the kitchen. So the kitchen, although simple in its appliance setup and the things that they have here, it actually gives you a very sort of elegant feeling because of that simplicity. So on the right-hand side, the first little section of the kitchen is actually this large island. And on one side we have 3 stools, and then on the other side we have a small sink in the middle, and then plenty of storage underneath. On the wall we have these 3 little shelves with your coffee mugs, your tea mugs. And then on the other side of the kitchen, along the wall, we have the small apartment-sized fridge. We have another one of these beautiful retro fridges that I absolutely love. We have a 2-burner induction cooktop with all the pans and utensils that you would need to cook full meals here. We have a microwave, and we also have an espresso machine with some coffee. Definitely a great way to start your morning. Even though I'm a big fan of pour over coffee, as you guys know, I don't shy away from having a simple machine like this to use, and it definitely makes for a quicker start to my morning, getting that coffee going right away. So I think you guys will appreciate that as well. Moving through into the living and dining area, on the right-hand side, we have this small little table that seats about 4 people. Along the wall, we have a little bench, and we have this beautiful little bookshelf made out of books. It's more of an art piece, a statement piece, if you will, but it's really nice the way that they incorporated real books into the actual design of it. On the left-hand side of the living space, we have this super comfortable black leather couch. I'm not sure where it's from. It kind of looks like an article couch, but don't hold me to that. It's really comfortable, and this space right here was probably my favorite space to kind of hang out at night. They actually have these instruments on this side of the house, which was really cool to see. They have this little mini banjo, I think. It looks like a banjo, but it's tiny, so I think it's a mini banjo, but feel free to correct me in the comments. We have this small acoustic guitar. We have a ukulele, and then we have these things right here, which I am blanking on the name, but they are super fun to play around with. We also have quite a few other instruments in this little cabinet over here. So if you guys are musically inclined, then I think you'll have a great time playing the instruments and just having something else to do in this living room. Lastly, on the ground level, we have that bathroom in the back, which gives you quite a bit of space in there. It's actually a pretty good sized shower. On the left-hand side, we have that shower with that corrugated metal wall surrounding, which kind of gives you a bit more of a rustic vibe, more of a cabin vibe, but still very comfortable. We have very, very hot water. So even though we're out here in this secluded property where it feels a little bit more remote, you still have a lot of comforts of home. On the right-hand side, we have a flushing toilet, and that's pretty much it. Now, the last thing inside the treehouse is this beautiful loft bedroom. So we take these stairs all the way up. So in the center of the loft, you can stand. Well, I'm pretty short, so I can stand, but I think most of you should be able to stand right in the center of the loft. As you get close to the sides, obviously that angled roof cuts off a lot of standing room. We do have a king size bed up there. It's very, very comfortable. Honestly, a really good bed. 10 out of 10 recommend sleeping up there. What I really like about the loft is they actually put the windows in the back, kind of where the pillows are. The way that the treehouse is oriented, it actually allows for natural light to pour in behind you when you're waking up. So it provides for a much more pleasant way to wake up. And there's a little bit of storage room up there. We have these little bedside tables and these 2 little drawers on the sides of the bed, which house extra linens, extra towels, but you guys can keep your stuff up there if you want. And then coming back down the stairs, we have this door right here, which takes you to the outdoor living space surrounding this beautiful treehouse. We have a little space on this side accessible via this door, which gives you a nice vantage point of the side of the property. We have views of the bridge over there, and it's just an extra little space to hang out. We have these 2 lounging chairs over there, as well as this little table with 2 chairs if you want to have your coffee on this side, or maybe even have your breakfast. And the front side of the deck, or the back side, depending on which way you're looking at it, we have some more lounging chairs up here, and then 3 lounging chairs at the end of the deck, which was honestly my favorite spot to have my coffee in the morning. Kind of provides a great view of that side of the property. We also have a table for 4 people, so if you guys come with a larger group and want to have your meals out there, have breakfast or even dinner out there, then there's these little string lights so you can have dinner out there if you'd like. They even have foosball, which was awesome. Megan and I got a game in yesterday. I did win by a little margin. We'll give it to her. She was pretty close, but it's a great little thing to have. Just another fun activity to enjoy. And then on this side, on the right-hand side, we have this really unique sort of bump out. It measures about like 5 or so feet by 5 feet. Kind of extends the deck beyond the treehouse. So it gives you this great like 270-degree view of that side of the property, and you can even see around the treehouse to that corner of the property. So what I really love about this outdoor living setup is that you have different functional areas. If you want to have your coffee or have your breakfast on this side of the treehouse, on any particular day or time of day, then you can. If you want to enjoy this side or this vantage point, then you can. And of course you have this section over here, which is a great place to have your coffee as well and just kind of take in the surrounding property. So there's something for everyone. So I think it's great to just have different options, and it gives you a little bit of a different experience, just a different little functional area. And like I said, I honestly fell in love with every little nook and cranny of this little property and this tree house all throughout the day. So I had a really, really great time here. All right guys, so that was a tour of the Treehouse ATL, this little treehouse retreat, about a 30-minute drive from downtown Atlanta. Like I said, this property really is the best of both worlds, and I rarely come across gems like this where you have access to activities and access to a city, access to an airport, all within a reasonable driving distance. Yet more importantly, you have that seclusion, you have a beautiful property to enjoy, a private property for you to explore, to really feel like you're out here enjoying nature, being able to have your morning cup of coffee out here and just hear the birds chirping, watching the sunrise over the trees, and watching the natural light just pour in into the treehouse, onto the deck. I just think this place is truly incredible, and I could not recommend this place enough for you guys, especially all of you that are in the metro Atlanta area. Pretty much anywhere within Atlanta is going to be probably within about a 30 to 45 minute drive of this place. So if you're living in Atlanta right now, or even the outskirts of Atlanta, then I would really recommend putting this place on your wish list. I will leave the Airbnb link in the description below so you guys can check that out. And even if you're not from Atlanta, if you're from a different part of Georgia or even out of state like myself, this is the kind of place that you go out of your way to visit. I would definitely put it on your wish list because this place gets booked pretty quickly. So definitely start planning out weeks, months in advance. As always guys, if you enjoyed this little tour of the Treehouse ATL, I would greatly appreciate it if you left this video a thumbs up and considered subscribing to the channel so that we can connect with more people that would be interested in these tiny house, cabin, treehouse tours, as well as connect you to other tiny house creators in this space. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weeks, and I will see you in the next one.